it's Dale here. I was just doing a bit of dabbling today. I'm good at dabbling, but I thought I'd show you what I use using labels, using sticky labels. We have them because we use them for printing in different sizes. And sometimes I have big ones, I don't have any, but you can buy specific packs of sticky labels from places where they charge you a lot more. And I've done a lot of things at different times with sticky labels, and they're quite good too. You can see here, I've this is when I've pulled the backs off, but I've just stamped all over it with a stamp and then written on it in ink and so on. And then I peel them off and use them in, sometimes you can peel it off, stick it down into your work wherever you like, cut it up into shape so you've got something different. It's just another way of transferring things without too much effort, and they're always there, and you can paste some stitch over them. And just to show you one little book of from my grandmother, I use them here as just part of, in the writing you don't know what it is, but it is actually about her, so I've stuck them down on there as part of the feature. And I've also been I've used them in here. This is a piece that it's a little bit of artwork of my family and so on, but I've used them in there. And then I've printed, put gesso over the top, and I've printed them and used those pages to cut up and make for other things, like the quilt thing I was doing last week, I think. And I've also used the idea, I'm going to use them in here, and I've been doing various things like, I don't think I've used them in that one, but just got to find my other one here. I've been playing with a few others. Here we are. And using the stickers, I printed out stickers, printed images out onto tissue text, and that's one thing that I can do to apply. And I was making this is a little book, a new little book from my grandparents. Where is it? Here it is. Start from the front, find her anyway, somewhere. And goodness me. And so I've used the images. This is the tissue text put down, printed tissue text onto the background. This one here I've used transfer image, it's their birth certificates. I'm just working my way through. And then one of the stickers that I printed out was of their wedding. So it's tiny, but it's there, and the things that are in this book are basically pretty tiny. So I might add one of these. This is it's my grandmother, so I might add her in there from the tissue text. It becomes transparent when it is done. And the little book's going to have, when it's finished, some button on the front and back, just to finish them off. They'll be tied on in some way. So it's just using different mediums and different ideas as you think about them as you're going along. But to do this, stamping on or printing, you can print. I've printed out some images onto labels, and of course I didn't check it very thoroughly to see what they were doing, but so they're only these tiny little labels like this, so you only get bits and pieces, but you could work it out properly so you know what you're doing, or use a slightly bigger one. But sometimes you want to have part, and this is the part of the wedding picture that I had in there, so it's a matter of just coming up with what you've got. And this one is the paper from my family bakery, bakery, the Dustin's Bakery. So that one's all ready to be used. That's no problem, and I'll put that into that book at some stage. And then with these, you do something like I've printed onto them, and then you can use them, take them off, and use that in your work wherever you feel like it. And one of the things that I might do is to use a stays-on stamp always, and then perhaps just print a little, I'm just trying to be specific here, print one that might, onto a slightly bigger one, of this little leaf. Let's see how we go. And not perfect, but that's okay. And then we'll just take a little bit of, that might do, and just brush a little bit with bit of the Distress inks, always useful. Just put a bit of colour on, and then you can of course stitch on these when they're done, but I'm only doing it this way. And then let's go back to my book, one of my books, and we'll just pop perhaps we could just pop the leaf down and find a place for him to go. Where he might be happy. And just pop the little leaf down here. And then I could colour him more to blend it in. So I'll give another. Labels are just another great thing that you can, that's better, that you can add. And of course you could stitch onto this or whatever, you know, add other things, add washi tape, add all sorts of things. It's just another thing that you can use, and they work very well. So there, that's just there on the edge. And so, you know, they're not expensive. As I said, we have a lot of them because they're always there. But it's just another idea to stitch, like put words, or even to write on the surface and then use the sticky from what you've written down. This one here is another quite good one. It's a big long stamp, so I've gone over 2. So if you can go, you can buy big ones and little ones and all sorts of sizes. So there, I hope that's sort of another thing that you can use. Of course, you could have made a big, got a whole sheet and worked on the whole piece in one with all sorts of things, paints and pens, and then taken them out and put them into different places. So just a way to, you know, get your brain thinking about something that you might be doing. So there you are. See you again another day. Bye.